This is Trend Following Radio, where great thinking comes alive. Nobel Prize winners, legendary traders, best-selling authors, and the pros that know what drive us irrational human beings. I am your host, Michael Covel. Not filtered, raw, honest. That's my passion. Before I dig into my topic today, as I say that, it's all going to be interconnected before I dig into my topic. It is my topic. It's all going to be connected. Somehow or another, I will connect this in a thread that makes sense. First, everyone knows by now, if you listen to this podcast, every thinking person, whether they consider themselves on the left or the right, hates PC culture, hates identity politics. No one likes this stuff. I'm not sure who does like it. Every person who has taken the blue pill and has put themselves into a self-induced zombie coma, invasion of the body snatchers, right? You people like this identity stuff, this PC culture stuff. Oh, by the way, a quick fun one. Google PC culture. My article from a few months ago dominates, like literally either number 1 or 2. And I read it again today. It is a really sharp perspective. I hope if you check it out again, this is really simple. Google PC culture, and you will see what I like to think of as some of my finest semi-angry ranting, but for a purpose, for a reason, to get people to think. The Google situation, the engineer fired from Google because he put out a 10-page manifesto that said some good things about the right, some good things about the left. But the scary part is that Google owns the social media of video. It's a private company that controls the messaging. They absolutely control the messaging. If you don't have your platform of some sort, and I feel fortunate to have put a platform out long before Google ever existed. Not that I don't depend on Google to some degree, but I really don't have a lot of YouTube videos. I do my podcast, I have my blog, I write my books. I probably depend on Amazon more than anyone in terms of the big platforms. But if Amazon didn't sell books, somebody else would. So I like to think of myself and my message as being as robust as possible. I do not want to be in a place where one of the big 4 can kill me overnight. I'm not saying that can't happen. I guess I could say the wrong thing, and these firms that make up the big 4 all have certain political persuasions, very ID politics today, very PC culture. So you got to walk carefully, tread lightly, not to upset any of these zombie motherfuckers that have lost their mind and no longer want free speech. Here we are in the West, the people that have supposedly elevated themselves to the ability to communicate back and forth. Look at my Twitter. I've picked a diverse group of people that I really respect. They all offer something that I like about them, a perspective. But they're not all to one side or the other. There's a certain rationality that they all have. And frankly, if you put them all in the room together with each other, they might argue like hell with each other. But for me, I pull something from all of them, a very useful something. So as I launch with that little rant today, let me go back in time a little bit. Alan Watts, a book that I highly recommend, The Wisdom of Insecurity, a message for an age of anxiety, written 60 years ago, timeless. Quote, the desire for security and the feeling of insecurity are the same thing. To hold your breath is to lose your breath. A society based on the quest for security is nothing but a breath retention contest in which everyone is as taut as a drum and as purple as a beet, end quote. Wham! Right back to PC culture and identity politics. What is the PC culture of modern day life? What is this identity politics? It's the desire for security by people that are terribly insecure. I have a filter. If somebody comes to me and they say, I am straight, I am gay, I am black, I am white, I am Asian, I'm Muslim, I'm Catholic, I'm Buddhist, and that's their opening salvo. They don't start with reason. They don't start with a viewpoint. They don't even have a conversation. But in their feeble thinking, the identity is more important than the reason. They've taken the blue pill. They're gone. I don't want any part of them. They can't be converted. They're not looking for me. They're not looking for you. They're zombies. I used to always think, what's the purpose of these zombie movies? I can't stand these zombie movies. These zombie movies are dumb as shit. I have no purpose for the zombie movies. I don't watch zombie movies. I'm still not going to watch zombie movies, even after I'm about to say something positive about them. Zombie movies they lay it all out there, though it is just a metaphor for these nut jobs, for the PC culture nut jobs. But stay with me for a second. This isn't some big political rant. That desire for security when you're feeling insecure. This threads through every aspect of life. Sports, markets, absolutely 100%. One more quote from Alan Watts to set the stage. Again, this was probably 50 or 60 years ago, maybe longer. Quote, "But you cannot understand life and its mysteries as long as you try to grasp it. Indeed, you cannot grasp it, just as you cannot walk off with a river in a bucket. If you try to capture running water in a bucket, it is clear that you do not understand it, and you will always be disappointed. For in the bucket, the water does not run. To have running water, you must let go of it and let it run." This PC culture, this identity politics, you can't say this, you can't talk about this, you can't think about this. This totalitarian state mentality, this authoritarian lunacy. Orwell's 1984, we're literally living it. But hey, you know what? When stocks are at all-time highs, people will put up with about anything. Because when people are feeling rich, they will absolutely do things that we could never imagine. They will tolerate anything. Sir, the stock market is all-time highs right now. We expect it's going to go up another 1,000% next year, as long as you give us your kids. I don't know what percentage of families would give their kids away. What parents would give their kids away. Literally, this is how nuts people have become. But I use these fun examples to bring it to something very calm. Right? I started this podcast trying to calm myself down. I had to get away from where Jay-Z was looking to take me. This year, and I know this might seem like a shift, this might seem like it's coming from outside the box based on my setup so far, but it's not. What's wrong with the Yankees' Aaron Judge? This guy hit like 30 home runs, batted .330 or something crazy numbers, a rookie, the first half of the season. Absolutely on fire. A man who happens to be 6'7", 280 pounds, but on TV, since he's in such good shape, he looks like a thin guy. An amazing hitter. Just tearing up Major League Baseball. You can already see how this guy will make hundreds of millions of dollars in the future based on his hitting in the first half of the season. Boom. Second half starts. Now he's hitting like 160, 5 home runs. Absolutely just tanking it. Can't hit anymore. Now, why is that? Well, in Major League Baseball, if you don't know something about baseball, the pitcher throws the ball across the plate and you as a batter have to swing. Well, in Major League Baseball, they're really, really good. So if you hit like this young 25-year-old guy did in the first half of the season, if you kill it, professional pitchers make adjustments. They look for your weaknesses. So instead of throwing the ball down the middle of the plate and watching you hit the ball 500 feet, they start looking for where. And look, this gets to why in my trend following book, I put a section on baseball in there because I want people to think about the statistical aspect of all parts of life. But major league pitchers and major league coaches and research departments figured out that this big Yankee slugger had some holes. And now in the second half of the season, they are nailing him where he can't hit it. And I found some comments from a scout who was asked some questions about Aaron Judge's recent struggles at the plate. Some comments that caught my eye. The first one, I just don't think he's had a lot of balls to do a lot of damage with. So basically, try to do less. Take what they give you, and if they want to walk you, let them. That scout goes on to add, Clint Hurdle used to talk about the pitcher dictating where you hit the ball. You dictate how hard with your approach and getting a good swing on it. Right now, he's just not getting a lot to do the damage he's done in the past. So he's just going to have to, if they want to walk him, let them walk him and give it to the next guy. That's kind of what we all need to do. Just keep the line moving. Now, excuse me if you're not a baseball person or a sports person and you don't see where that commentary is going. But if this big Yankee slugger is getting pitches right down the middle of the plate the first half of the season and he is jacking them out of the park left and right, now they start pitching him up and in or to the outside or throwing sliders off the plate and he can't touch it and his average is just dropped off the cliff. He's trying to be the guy that he was in the first half of the season. He's trying to hit the pitches that came at him in the first half of the season. But those pitches are gone. There's new pitches now. And you have to hit the pitch that's coming to you now. And you have to go with that pitch. You can't try and do with that ball what you did the first time around if you're not getting the ball in the same place. It's quite easy to see where I want to go here. As a trend following trader, when you start the year, you have no earthly idea which market will reward you. You can't force a market to give you money. All you can do is go with the market in the direction it's going. The market that's going, meaning you don't get to pick the market. You've got to have a portfolio of markets, knowing from the start, you don't know which one's going to take off and you don't know which direction it's going to go. But when it goes, you get on board. You see with the Yankee slugger, Aaron Judge, he's not hitting the pitches that are coming in the direction they're going. So if they're no longer giving him big fat pitches down the middle, he can't keep swinging like that. He has to adjust. He has to take what's given back to what Alan Watts was talking about. Go with the flow. It sounds so cliche. It sounds so silly. It doesn't sound actionable. The most abused marketing term around actionable. So that connection between something like sports and the markets, it's so damn clear. Imagine you're Tom Brady. You step up to the line. You look across the line. You see how the defense is set. You see what they're going to give you. You take what the defense is giving you. You don't go at the defense with your favorite play right to the heart of the defense just because you want to do it, just because it feels good, just because your ego is involved. Take what's given. And you know what? If you take what's given, many times, the original direction that you wanted to go, It opens up next. You're agnostic. As a market player, as a trader, as an investor, you are agnostic to market direction. You are agnostic to the market, whichever market we're talking about. It doesn't matter. Do you really care at the end of the year if you make 100% in corn or 100% in palladium or 100% in oil or 100% in Tesla? Why would you care? It's just money, isn't it? I mean, does that give you an aha moment about this mentality? It's so Buddhist. It's so Zen. That's why I love Alan Watts. You make 100% on gold this year. Okay. Make 100% on Google this year. Okay. Why do you care? Back to Aaron Judge. Not taking what the pitcher is giving him, not hitting what the pitcher is giving him, and trying to do something with a pitch that's not there. They've changed, they've adjusted. Markets adjust. You might have some huge run in some XYZ market, and then it doesn't run for 10 years. So what? None of this stuff is predictable. Look at Bitcoin. I've seen Howard Marks talk about Bitcoin, and Howard Marks is a brilliant billionaire, but he's got it all wrong. Bitcoin's straight up. The cryptocurrencies are straight up. Does that mean they're all going to work out? Does that mean the fundamentals say that cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc., whatever they're going to invent next week, does that mean that these things are all fantastic and wonderful? Now, I do happen to think the base idea, the blockchain, is fabulous. And I hope like hell it destroys the grip, the corporate and governmental grip on the economics and currencies of our world. Yes, I hope that, but we don't know what's going to happen. We have no earthly idea. It could be the biggest Ponzi scheme since Madoff. The biggest scam we've ever seen. And you could be damn sure that the vast majority of people that are long Bitcoin right now, with the move that it's had up, and take yourself back to the Dutch tulip bulb craziness, there is absolutely no way when a market has run as hard up as Bitcoin is gone, there is no way in hell everyone gets out with their gains. Explain that to me mathematically. Because people don't even have a damn system. They don't even have an exit strategy. If you don't have an exit strategy, how the hell are you going to get out when Bitcoin goes down? Now, there's a very good chance maybe Bitcoin doesn't go down ever, at least not in this lifetime. But all you have to do is go look at just a handful of historical charts. I don't care the market. I don't care the month, year, decade, or century. And speaking of that, 2 white papers on my website you should check out to be inspired by trend following performance. Both of those at trendfollowing.com/resources, easily found. I told you at the beginning, this stuff all connected. You might not feel like, God, what is PC culture and identity politics and Alan Watts and Aaron Judge for the New York Yankees and Bitcoin and trend following? What does it all have to do with each other? It has everything to do with each other. Once you have the rules that you're going to follow, those rules that dictate how you will adjust your flexibility, meaning, for example, if you're trading, your entry, your exit, your money management, once you have those, you know damn well you can't predict anything. You can't predict a damn thing. You just sit back and wait. Imagine that. Hold on. Covel, you're telling me there's no action. You mean I don't have to flip on Bloomberg? I don't have to flip on CNBC, Yahoo Finance, and listen to the latest and greatest expert opinion bullshit that they throw at me 24/7? Are you telling me I really don't have to do that? Are you telling me the best and the brightest Don't do that. Are you telling me the most successful investors don't tune into CNBC every day and make buy and sell decisions? Are you really telling me that? Because I think I have to do that. I just feel I have to do that. I need to get back to that opening song. Steve, why don't you put a little bit of that opening song under me right here? That nice, calm lady. Just play it underneath me for a second, just to calm me down. I'm not going to stay calm down. I think too much, like Lemmy from Motorhead. It's my personality. I can be pretty calm, but ultimately, I love the good fight. I love the good intellectual fight. I love all the topic areas from today. They dovetail so sweetly together. One last thought for today. Someone asked me recently, they said, Michael, how can we support this podcast? How can we give back? You spend a lot of effort, a lot of time delivering these episodes, and we want to give back. I say, I tell you what, don't just give me whatever. Let's make a fair trade, value for value. If you want to support this podcast, there are several ways you can go about that. Buy a book, and that will benefit you too. My newest edition of Trend Following is out now, 600 plus pages. If you buy the audiobook, it's 34 plus hours. That will keep you busy. And if you want to go the extra mile, and I will gladly give you my personal support, my flagship product, my flagship Trend Following product, which is an overwhelming head start checklist, the exact rules, the foundation you need, everything to get going as a trend following trader, easily found at trendfollowing.com/products. And with the bills now paid, let me leave you with the inspiration. And the inspiration is simple. Do your own thing. Execute the best that you can. And don't pay attention to what anyone else has to say about your efforts. They don't know what you're doing. They don't know your goals. They don't care about your goals. Stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize. I guarantee, keep that straight process that does not deviate. Now, it's not going to always be winners, but if you can keep that straight process, that's how you have a chance to hit the home run over the course of a lifetime. I see a time when those awake will understand how to make money in up, down, and surprise markets. Whether new trader or experienced, college student or financial advisor, protecting against a crash or just trying to make a lot of money, Trend Following offers everyone an answer in uncertain times. To get started immediately, send me an email, michael@covel.com. I will send you the right trend following steps to take along with my free video. But if you want to buy and hold, trust the government and trust Wall Street, this is absolutely not for you.